what's up, y'all? My name is Jessi. I grew up in South Nashville in the town of Woodbine. I'll tell you a little bit about my story, what I've been through, and how I got out of it, and maybe I can give y'all some hope. So I moved down here when I was about 5 years old to South Nashville in Woodbine, and growing up, I remember my mom getting beat. I remember trying to protect her at a young age, and her just choosing the man over me. And I remember getting sent off to my dad's, and my dad just being an alcoholic, and very angry alcoholic at that, and just real abusive. And I remember fighting him to protect myself. I remember getting kicked out at a real young age. I was like 14 years old when I got kicked out, and I started hanging around a lot of people that smoked crack and did crack, and I remember falling into that, and smoking crack, and just being homeless. And I remember it was with this woman, and and I remember just trying to get that female attention from her that my mama wasn't providing me, and just got real bad, started breaking in houses, got put in state's custody till I was 19. And I remember getting out of state's custody and just being homeless, and being out in the cold, and asking my mom to stay with her, and she was denying me to stay in her house. And I remember she would leave her window of her truck open, and me just sneaking in the back of her window and sleeping in her truck, and her having a drink out there, and it'd be winter, freezing cold, and just not being able to have a warm place to sleep. And I remember trying to saying that I was gonna have a son, and I was gonna just be a better dad, and just be a better person than my family was. And I remember getting my son being born, and I was just like, man, that was the joy of my world. And after that, I got introduced to pills and stuff, and I just started selling pills, and then it got me into doing pills. And I remember just freaking starting to shoot up dope after that, and just fighting to get clean so I didn't lose my family. And I remember losing my family and all rights to my son, and not being able to be a part of my son's life because of my drug addiction, being in and out of jail, and just trying to change, but I could never get to where I was changed. I started doing meth and just getting worse in progression. I remember ODing and just waking up in the hospital on life support, not knowing how I got there, and doctors telling me I would never be able to walk again. And I'm able to walk again now, but I remember them telling me that, and I was like, man, I've always been homeless, not having nowhere to go, and I have to be able to walk, and just fighting to be a better man. I moved to Florida, and I remember moving to Florida to get clean, and it's like, man, I ended up getting worse out there, going to prison. And I remember doing my 2-year sentence in prison, and I remember seeing more dope and just getting bad in prison on drugs. And I remember crying out to God one night and just sitting on my face, just crying out to him, and I was just begging him to take this desire for drugs away from me and just set me free of my addiction. And then I remember the next day somebody just come in my cell trying to get me high, and it's like God just stopped me right then and there, and he told me to stop what I'm doing, and that he took my desire for drugs from me. And I remember immediately that craving that I had for drugs, that ache in my stomach when I was around it, was gone. And I remember getting out of prison, and I've been clean since then. It's going on 4 years, and I remember getting out in the first week. I had my son living with me, and I got to build that relationship back with him, and he looks up to me. He sees how God set me free, and the better man I become, and how hard I fought to be a better man for him. And I mean, I got a wife now, I got a house, and I just know that some people might think that there's no hope and there won't be no better days, but man, I'm just telling you that I've been through it all. And I remember the feeling, the anger, and everything that I remember hanging myself in the back of Phathead's car, and him just smacking me to wake me up, and just giving up on life in itself and having no hope. And now I just know I got hope, and I know that there's nothing that I can overcome. And you might fall, but the greatness of getting back up and trying again is what builds you up to be stronger and build your character to the person you're gonna be. And I just want y'all to know, man, you will see better days.
Mama said that there'll be better days than time passed.